Hey guys, it is currently 5:14 in the morning on August 1st, but we're going to go ahead and discuss the last 2 days of July Camp Nano here, and then talk a little bit about Nano because I'm too lazy for an afterthoughts video right now. I'm in a lot of pain for the past 2 or 3 days. Right arm here has not been bringing it. It needs to be in the wrist brace almost all the time. I sleep with my nighttime brace on. I've had my elbow brace, it's just a compression brace, on for a lot of the day, and I've had a shoulder brace on a couple times. And I can't do much for it except for rub pain stuff on it and put ice packs and heating pads on it. Because I can't take ibuprofen or anything like that ever since I started the anxiety / chronic pain management meds, so I'm doing my best. But we're going to go ahead and talk about 30 and 31 and then just merge the very small amount of afterthoughts into this video, just so that way I can get it filmed, so hooray. July 30th, I wrote 620 words in The Poisoning of John Doe, 390 in Twitter snippets for a book about Vito. For the past week or so, maybe, I've had an idea floating around in my head for a romance with Vito as the main character. He's a character in the Bo Austin series. We see him in the Grimm series eventually. He's in the Bo Austin Taylor series, and he's in the book about Mickey. He's kind of everywhere. All of them are. But that idea has been floating around my head for about a week, and I want to start writing it, but I want to wait, hopefully, until I finish the final book in the Carver Baxter series, which is The Poisoning of John Doe. So that way I'm not piling another book on top of it. So in the meantime, a lot like I did with the Rapunzel retelling, which if you've been here for a while, you know about that. If you haven't been here a while, you probably don't, but the Rapunzel retelling is Rowan the Healer. And if I can finish Carver Baxter, then I'll begin the Vito one after that, hopefully. But until then, I'm doing the Twitter hashtag prompts daily just to develop the characters a little bit. The love interest especially. I already know a lot about Vito. But we're just going from there and seeing how things go. But that's what the Twitter snippets thing is. And then I headed to bed, slept like garbage. I slept for I think 5 hours, and I woke up every 2 hours. And I'm counting 5 hours as like I literally slept from like 12:30 to 5 o'clock, so a little less than that. Plus I woke up every 2 hours. It was fun. Slept great. I wrote 1,728 words in Books and Badges Book 2. Did 31 freelance tasks, but there was no writing there. So between John Doe, the Twitter snippets, and Books and Badges Book 2, I wrote 2,738 words for July 30th, and that brought my Nano total to 84,478 words. And then, here on July 30th, which was yesterday, I took forever to start working on anything. I was still in a lot of pain throughout my right arm again. I also took a nap because of how things had gone the day previous with sleep. So I started the morning by editing 3 videos, 2 of which were Letters from a Madman videos, 1 of which was CampNaNo video. I wrote 678 words in Books and Badges Book 2, 382 in Vito Twitter prompts, and then I did 15 freelance tasks and wrote 490 words throughout those. Headed to bed, slept like garbage again, so I slept in later than I did the day before. When I woke up, I was still in a lot of pain, actually worse in my wrist, so I did no more writing after I woke up. And that brought my total for July 31st to 1,550 words, and my total for July in its entirety to 86,028 words. So, these are my afterthoughts here. For July, my goal was 60,000 words. And for me, July is pretty much a normal month. I just do Camp Nano because I enjoy the sense of community behind Camp Nano, and I enjoy cheering on other people doing CampNaNo. So for me, this is a generally normal month. I produced more words this month than I have been as of late, but that's not specifically because of CampNaNo, it's just because I was able to push through more than I have the other months. But my goal was 60,000 words, and I managed to beat that by 26,028 words, which I'm very happy with. It wasn't something I was expecting. I wasn't expecting to meet it at all a couple times. The CampNaNo before this one, which takes place in April, I struggled a lot with that one. I hit 67,000 words, I think, give or take. But I really struggled for it, and I think I hit the 67 a couple days before the end. Or I crossed 60,000, sorry, a couple days before the end. And it was really hard to get to that, and the last several months have been very hard to accomplish much of anything when it comes to how many words I produce. I used to write, over 100,000 words every month. And now some months I struggle to hit 30,000, I struggle to hit 60,000, I struggle to hit anything. Some months are harder than others. And I'm not someone who likes to judge, how fast other people write or how many words other people write or anything like that. And I'm not really into the whole goal of using word count as a huge, if I don't write this amount of words per day, then I've done terribly today. I used to be that way when I was still posting my books online in a toxic environment for me, and I've been much better since. I still enjoy tracking my words, I still enjoy knowing how much progress I'm making, but I do my best not to get down about not being able to hit a daily goal or a monthly goal, and I think that's an important distinction for me, and it's an important distinction for me to make during CampNaNo as well, because I know a lot of people just feel like garbage if they don't hit their word count, and I get that. I understand why. I completely understand why. And I know people really hate when they can't hit their daily goal for CampNaNo too. And again, I get that. But I think it's important to note that CampNaNo and any month at all, if you've written any words at all, even if it's 100 words, you added 100 words to your story. You added 100 more words that you didn't have before, and that's still progress, even if it's not as much progress as you had hoped to make that day or that month. You've still made progress, and that's more than some other people can say. That's more than people who haven't even started their book yet can say. That's more than people who still haven't gotten over the fear of starting a book can say. You can say you've gotten over the fear of starting it. You can say you started it. You can say you wrote 100 more words, and that's great. That's something excellent. But even with that being said, for me, word count still holds something. I don't like to base my daily self-worth on it the way that I used to, and I'm glad that I've gotten to a point where I'm comfortable being able not to do that anymore. I'm glad I've gotten to a point where I'm okay if I don't hit the expected word count for that day. But word count per month is still important to me because I use it to judge my pain, my thyroid, and my state of mind, more or less. Before I started taking my anxiety meds, I would have days and weeks where I didn't do a ton of writing because I had a panic attack, and that would completely wreck a week for me. Same thing, anytime my thyroid swings out of whack, I have a very hard time focusing on anything. I have a very hard time concentrating on anything. I'm struggling with that today. It's very hard for me to focus and pull my thoughts to a sentence, and I'm doing my best, but I'm sure you've noticed that I'm pausing a lot more than I usually do, that I'm using pause words a lot more than I usually do, and it's because I'm having a very hard time just pulling sentences together. In between being in pain and not getting, you know, the proper amount of sleep that I need to function, which is generally about 6 hours. Anything more than that and I'm miserable all day. In between being in pain and not getting enough sleep and being exhausted all the time because of my thyroid and having brain fog because my thyroid's out of whack and I'm waiting for it to swing back up again, it's hard to focus. It's hard to pull everything together, and some months are harder than others to pull everything together. So I set my goal at that baseline 60,000 every month, and some months I hit it, some months I don't hit it, and some months, like this one, I managed to surpass it, and I am very happy that I managed to surpass it this month, because during the winter, when my counts are slow, I understand it more, because during the winter, it's cold, my joints are very stiff, it's very hard to type, everything is sore and stiff all the time. But when it's warm outside, every time that I have a lower count, when I can't hit that 60,000, it's not so much that I'm upset that I didn't hit the word count, it's that I'm upset that I feel like I've been betrayed by my body because it's warm outside. And since I don't have arthritis, which we know because we tested it, my joints shouldn't swell and be stiff and be immovable because it's warm outside. So in months like June and July, when I don't hit that 60,000, I feel betrayed by my own body, and that hurts. Every month that I don't hit the 60,000, it's not so much being angry about the word count not getting hit, it's the feeling of betrayal by the body that you're stuck in. And I feel like that's something that a lot of people can relate to, not just in regards to word count, not just in regards to chronic pain, but feeling betrayed by the body that you have, that you're stuck with. And for me, there's not much we can do about it. We don't know what I have. We don't know what causes my pain. And there's a good chance I never will know. With a lot of invisible chronic pain conditions, you don't know what you have. There's a good chance it takes over 3 years for a diagnosis, and even then it still might not be a correct diagnosis. And unfortunately, with, you know, insurance and how expensive doctor's appointments are, you don't really want to spend thousands and thousands of dollars every month in hopes of finding out what's wrong with you, and then just to be told that there's not really anything they can do about it. So hitting 80,000 words this month and being able to beat that 60,000 by over 20,000 words feels pretty damn good, because this month, for the first time in a while, despite being in pain, despite having thyroid issues swinging in and out throughout the month, for the first time in a while, I don't feel betrayed by my body when it comes to my writing. And that feels very good. So I'm happy for that. And that's pretty much what that long spiel was about, was I'm very happy that I got over 80,000 words this month, more so because for the first time in several months I don't feel betrayed by my own body, and that's something. It's a good feeling to have. But that's all that I have for July CampNaNo 2020. That's all that I have for this video. I have to film a work in progress video that will be for July, and then we'll move on to August. The next time I do nano stuff, it will probably be a little bit of NaNoWRIMO preparation in October, and then it will be nano vids, and hopefully by then I'll be on a more daily video consistency during NaNoWRIMO and stuff like that, but we will see how things go. Again, I'm still adjusting to the camera now, but hopefully by then I'll be more adjusted to how I have to do things, that I'll be able to do daily videos during November, but we'll see how things go. But I hope that your July CampNaNo went well, even if you didn't hit your goal, even if you surpassed it, even if you just barely hit it. I hope Nano went well for you. And I hope that November Nano, if you do that as well, goes well. In advance, just I hope it goes well for you. But that is all that I have for this video. If you enjoyed this video, a like is always appreciated, and if you'd like to stay updated on my writing, my editing, the gaming videos I upload roughly every Friday, or anything that I do on this channel in between, feel free to subscribe. All the links to my authors pages, as well as links to my social media, are in the description down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.